Still to a pro. What's that? Proof is in the pudding. And y'all don't. But here it well, behind the steel door. Y'all poor black Mike gonna put down fun y'all ass like this. Watch the lyrics. La-di-da-di-day. The one them called Black Mikey saved the day. So hey, hey, like Busta Rhymes, give me mine. And hit me with that shit 2 times for your mind. As I drop my talk bomb on all of mankind. I write and recite my position like a heretic. Tearing shit up when I erupt to stop the nonsense. I whack rap songs by the rappers, that's irrelevant. To catch your wreck, but record store still sell the bullshit. Stop selling pipe dreams to the listeners. You can't walk the talk the talk. So I'm dissing you. Listen upon your grave, like roll over if you like. But I'll invoke you with a hazy shade of midnight. Ooh, I hunt you like the horror of Amityville. So called, keep it real, find them bills, kill softly. A fucking loss is what you'll all be taking. G, you can't exercise a microphone that's possessed by Black Sun falls. Yes, yes, y'all get shook. The exorcism of the mind of Black Mikey's got you hooked. Run, come, and bring the fucking drama if you like. But MC won't live past midnight. As the sun falls, yes, yes, y'all get shook. The exorcism of the mind of Black Mikey's got you hooked. Run, come, and bring the fucking drama if you like. But MC won't live past midnight. The prophecy is prophesied for verse 2. Reciting scriptures of the Jago voodoo. Doing you and your crew. I kick the seance to bring the spirits back in naughty rap. So you mortal rappers find yourselves trapped. There won't be another like me. Black Mikey brings the spirit in the dance, in the party, taking control of bodies. To jump when I tell them jump, my bump in the night. Monster speakers in your trunk now, please. Listen when I tell you that my style's immortal. While them other niggas rap styles die slow death. Like for instance, drain your body of all the blood. Then slowly fill your veins again with maggots from the mud. What can't you understand, trick? Is the body bag, funerals, the casket. Measures getting drastic. Ass kick, feet 6 with the maggots.
Yeah, we're gonna get into a little boxing talk today. You know, a little this, a little that, little shit talking and all that. Well, first off, let's talk about this. DAZN wants Canelo to fight Jacobs and Triple G next year. Look, check this out. Okay, Jacobs, that's cool. Triple G, cool. Whatever. Trilogy, whatever. But look, check this out. You know, if Hearn's saying that shit, that let's see exactly how he worded it. I think it's the right. Explain Hearn. DAZN wants to fight. Okay, so he said it. DAZN wants to fight. So what else does DAZN want? You know what I'm saying? Does DAZN want Wilder to fight AJ? You know what I'm saying? What does DAZN want? You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be vocal about DAZN wanting those 2 fights with Canelo, what else has DAZN been saying? Because I know you only gonna give out what you want to give out. Then let's talk about that whole. This is Eddie Hearn. Look, if Eddie Hearn gonna come out here and say that you know, well, there's plenty of guys that Anthony Joshua can fight. You know, Klitschko, Usyk, Fury Wilder, the winner of Derek Chisora, whatever, in white, Louis King Kong Ortiz. But he's and Big Baby Miller. But this dude, he keeps going around, you know, giving these fighters illusion of grandeur, like I always say, because he's basically seeing what's gonna captivate the public's mind. That's what he's doing. He's not coming out here and saying these things for no reason and saying, well, you know, you never know what the future holds or this and the third. He's saying that to see what catches people's mind. He's fishing. That's exactly what he's doing. He's fishing, and people out there are not catching on to exactly what he's trying to do. And that's fine. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? But like, he's fishing even with this. DAZN wants Triple G or Canelo. DAZN wants Canelo to fight Danny Jacobs or Triple G. So what is that? You know what I'm saying? Well, what about what the public wants? Because that's what DAZN should be correlating everything off with. Because what is Danny Jacobs going to do for DAZN? You know what I'm saying? What are they going to do for DAZN? Danny Jacobs already fought in the States. Yeah, so we all know Danny Jacobs is, well, I don't know if everybody knows it, but Danny Jacobs is from Brooklyn, New York. So is this another way how you can possibly, sell out a stadium? And is the reason why you won't? What's up, Rob Sportsman? Not much, bruh. Is that the possible way because you guys want to be able to sell out in New York again? Is having Canelo versus Triple G than having Canelo versus Danny Jacobs? You know what I'm saying? But like, why would you want that three-way of a fight, that triangle? Like, okay, Danny Jacobs lost against Triple G. Triple G lost against Canelo. So what you gonna have? That doesn't make any sense. How about you fight one of them Charlos out there? How about you go have more of a meaningful more fight than Danny fucking Jacobs? To me, it doesn't make any, it makes sense on why they doing it, because the figures from the Triple G fight, they already know how much money they're going to get off of that. But, Danny Jacobs being from New York, okay, get him up in there just the same way how Matchroom Boxing is shopping around to the public to see if it would work or not, to see how many people are interested in it. Big Baby Miller versus Anthony Joshua in New York, which I think the fight is never going to happen. Not next year. I don't think Anthony Joshua is going to go to New York and fight Big Baby Miller. And I think the reason why that is because they're scared of him too. And the reason why I think they're scared of Big Baby Miller is because his size is an advantage. And at the same time, is nobody really knows how hard can Big Baby Miller hit. But if you want to go off his last fight, you can go off of that, and you can say he kind of thumped that dude a little bit, and he didn't look like the same Petey Pat Jarrell Miller before. So, I think Jarrell Miller in that last fight showed more power than he did in all the rest of his fucking fights. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, is that size, the size of Big Baby Miller played into the advantage for Big Baby Miller fighting Dano, or because I never heard of him. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So, so like I said, I went to the spreadsheet earlier today and looked at Big Baby Miller. And he does have a fight scheduled for January 18th at Madison Square Garden. I should have did a little bit more research after that to see who else has dates scheduled for January 18th as well, but I didn't do it. I'm pretty sure. What's up, Laws Dawkins? I'm pretty sure it would correlate with something else to see who's fighting that day. I think that and me thinking this, Big Baby Miller shouldn't be the headliner for that card. I mean, not necessarily because nobody really knows him. He hasn't fought anybody or whatever the case may be, and so on and so forth. But I just think it's kind of last minute. So you mean to tell me that Big Baby Miller has a fight scheduled for January 18th with no opponent set yet? So he's going to get somebody that most likely hasn't been training. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these fighters, they don't train like they're supposed to in the off season, to come up here and fight you. And of all places of New York, who has a tighter rules and regulations as far as when it comes to fighter safety and getting a boxing license. So who exactly is Big Baby Miller gonna be able to fight? Or are they holding off of who is exactly going to fight in New York? Who knows? Big Baby Miller and Anthony Joshua could already be fighting, And Eddie Hearn walking around here talking about he got a protection order that Big Baby Miller got to stay 250 feet away from him. Hell, that could be because they supposed to be fighting on January 18th, but I don't see that happening. It's not happening. That's a conspiracy theory right there. That's like some Jesse Ventura type shit right there. I don't know if y'all know who Jesse Ventura is, but he's a famous conspiracy theorist in the United States. He was a ex Navy SEAL. Yeah. And so let's talk about a couple of other things here that we got going around here. You know, with these contracts and stuff like that. You know, let's talk about that. So a lot of people was talking about like Frank Warren asking for 50 Fury versus AJ. Well, I guess you got to think about it like this. Frank Warren saying, give me 50-50, we'll take the fight. That's probably more of Frank Warren saying that, hey, you know we fighting Wilder next. So if you want us, you know, if you want us to not fight Wilder, you have to give us something. You can't be offering 30-40% for somebody to leave a fight that they could possibly make more money in the States than in the UK. Because nobody knows how much the second fight is going to get. We know this first fight did 300K pay-per-view buys. The second fight could double if the media can sit out here and create a narrative and flip the script on Eddie Hearn. But I don't see that happening with American media. So this is what we got to deal with. And I don't blame Frank Warren for asking for 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Just like Matchroom Boxing and them employees is out there saying, well, we got how Eddie Hearn worded that? I think he said something like it was a great offer that we gave Deontay Wilder. But what is a great offer that you gave him? Because we do got rumors going around. I ain't even gonna talk about that 25 million rumor. That's a fucking rumor. He ain't giving that. He ain't giving nobody no 25 mil to fight somebody. Let alone even if he was to give 25. Why don't you just give the guy? Why don't you just start off with 35%? Be like, okay, you know, we gave him this. Let's start off with 35. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it though. What is negotiations? Negotiations is a discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. But Eddie Hearn, he wants a one-way discussion. He wants a one-sided negotiation. And why does he want that? He wants that because the way he thinks, in my opinion, is that he's trying he gets it twisted between trying to get his fighter the best offer and making the fight. So his job is, you know, having his fighter's best interest at all times. Mr. Johnson, I heard Big Fat Dusty Miller is fighting a Uber driver next, bro. Who? What's his name? Because I didn't see the dude's name, but throw some names out there that you heard or possibly think that he's fighting next. Yeah, but he wants this, you know, he's getting it fucked up. His job is, you know, the best interest of his fighter. But at the same time is, how can you got the best interest of your fighter. You negotiate with this guy. You're trying to make the fight, but what you're doing is not conducive to what we call negotiations. You know, your type of negotiation with Deontay Wilder is basically like, you know, you're demanding respect, and you're demanding that the other fighter just gives into whatever you give them. And I think that's bullshit. And it's I think that shows character flaws in Eddie Hearn. You know, because he always wants to come out on top, and you know he doesn't care how anything goes on. He could have fucked up. He could have, you know, gave a messed up contract or whatever. But he will always flip the script to make him seem like he's better than what it was. You know what I'm saying? The dude knows how to polish a turd. You know what I'm saying? And some of these guys are out here thinking that Eddie Hearn can turn water into wine, but the motherfucker can't. He makes malt liquor. He makes old English. He makes Still Reserve for a living, but he makes that Still Reserve look like a Modelo, like a Guinness. You know, like a nice craft beer. You know what I'm saying? He got to, the dude he's doing a very good job when it comes to Anthony Joshua. Doing a very good job. But it's getting in the way of progress of boxing. Ron Sportsman said to force AJ, a.k.a. Ash Juice, to fight Wilder, the AJ versus Big Belly fight needs poor numbers across board. It's going to get poor. It's going to get poor numbers. It's going to be on the zone. And what numbers they going to do? Who's going to watch that fight? Not only that it's going to be, if he was to come to New York, who's going to watch it in the UK? Who's going to stay up to watch that fight? Who? The first thing they're not gonna watch it, but the first thing they're gonna do is click on the news feed to see who won. Go to YouTube to see if they can see some highlights. That's it. Now, in my opinion, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight for Anthony Joshua. Big Belly. I'm just gonna call him Big Belly from now on. I'm gonna take that, Rob Sportsman. I'm gonna take it from you. Well, I'm not gonna take it from you, but I'm just gonna use it. But I did quote you. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't steal it like Fortnite been stealing dance moves, okay? But Big Belly, I think if Anthony Joshua couldn't knock out Joseph Parker, he's damn for sure ain't gonna knock out Big Baby Miller. He's too big, and not only that is he can kind of absorb, he can kind of use some of those punches in a certain way because he could kind of use AJ's punches because of his size. So if you could, Big Baby Miller like to throw punches. He like to smother people. But the thing about it is when Big Baby Miller goes to the body, he likes to leave his head open a lot. But, I don't think that's going to be an easy fight for Anthony Joshua. I think Big Belly will I think they go to the decision. I think it really would go to a decision. And I think AJ will win that decision. Or who knows, all those pity pats that Jarrell Miller likes to throw so he can keep his, stamina up, he might end up stealing something. But I don't think the fight is going to happen. Hey, Lyles Dawkins, who's that cab driver that Big Baby Miller is supposed to fight? And then I saw this other article talking about your boy Canelo, how DAZN, well, we already knew DAZN made him the face of it, face of DAZN. But I thought I saw an article that that Canelo broke some record for viewers and for viewer count or whatever for DAZN in America. I mean, that's what I heard, but I didn't really look into it or anything like that because I didn't think it was worth mentioning, because in the article they didn't say how many subscribers they got for the fight or leading up to the fight around there. I don't know how exactly do they track their numbers or anything. I think it's merely a guess, they're guessing. Okay, Ron Sportsman Lee, I think he do videos. Click on his profile. If you want to know if he do videos, just click on his profile. He got some on there. If you hover over his profile, click on those three dots, you can click on go to channel. It'll open up a new tab in your browser, so it won't like click you out of the stream. And then you can actually look in there. If you got his videos, you can subscribe and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to negotiations. So when you're negotiating, you got to have something to negotiate with. So Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder had something to negotiate with. The biggest thing, the couple of biggest things that Deontay Wilder has to negotiate with Anthony Joshua is the main thing of becoming undisputed. That's the first thing. The second thing that Wilder has is that he has done a pay-per-view in the United States and Anthony Joshua hasn't. Now, this the third thing will be is that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder does about the same figures for pay-per-view, which is around $20 million. You know what I'm saying? I believe the fourth thing Deontay Wilder would have is for Anthony Joshua will be tapping into the untapped wealth of American pay-per-view boxing. Because if pay-per-views are still going around on Showtime at $75 to $100 and something or whatever it caps at, there's nothing out there saying that another fighter can't come up around and do more than 300 pay-per-view buys. I mean, 300 million pay-per-view buys. There's nothing. I'm sorry, $300 million in pay-per-view buys. There's nothing saying that. Yeah, Big Belly isn't a star here either. You damn right, Rob Sportsman. He's not. And the reason why he's not is because he's a paper champion. Now, if Big Baby would have took his ass over there to Bulgaria and beat that dude, Big Baby Miller would be in some, his career would be in a better state than what it is right now. Because if he was to go out there and bust that motherfucker up, which I think he would have won anyways, he would have went over to Bulgaria, he would have won, and he would have came back as a mandatory. So he wouldn't have to sit there and beg Eddie Hearn for this, that, and the third. He wouldn't. My conspiracy theory with that is that Eddie Hearn paid him not to go. Eddie Hearn paid that dude not to go. The money was right, I believe. I believe the money was right. You know what I'm saying? But Eddie Hearn paid his ass not to go. Because who wasn't going to show up to that fight in Bulgaria? They probably would have sold out because they have a national, Bulgaria would have had a little national treasure over there fighting. And then not only that, it was against a black dude. An American. You see what I'm saying? They want to beat us at everything over there. So what better way to beat us is in hand-to-hand combat? You know what I'm saying? What's up, J1 Pro? What better way to beat an American in Bulgaria? You know what I'm saying? What better way you can find than hand-to-hand combat? That's the ultimate fucking test of time. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to sports, is hand-to-hand combat. You know, how far do you want to go back? The Roman Empire and before that? You know what I'm saying? You go to Africa, people are still out there. They do one-handed fights. They do wrestling. They do street boxing, all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? It's the ultimate test of time. It's fighting. You damn right, Lost Dawkins. He should have took his big belly, his greasy, burger-eating ass up over there. You know what I'm saying? And fought that dude. I think he got paid not to go. Now look at him. Now he's in the same predicament that White is in. Big Baby Miller and White are in the same fucking predicament. Them two dudes have been getting told that they're going to get a shot at AJ over and over and over, even though White already got his fucking shot, but now he's been fucking sitting out there like a donkey with a carrot in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn's been saying, okay, we're going to fight White in April. You know, now he's talking about Big Baby Miller, then he's talking about Usyk, then he's talking about Klitschko. Who else is this motherfucker going to talk about? Rob Sportsman said they don't want to be just any American. They want to beat the black American who is considered the best. You damn right. You damn right. But Big Baby Miller, you know, he's ranked up there. But how the hell he get ranked up there? by fighting Juan Duhaupas. Look at Dillian White. Look at how he got ranked up there. Dillian White got ranked high by beating fucking what's his name? God damn, I'll be making fun of his name too. Hell Boonionius. Whatever his name is. Hell Anus. Whatever he got ranked high by beating him. And I believe at the time, Hell Anus wasn't even ranked in the top 10 of the WBC. But Deontay Wilder is the one that's being protected by all these sanctions by the WBC. Mauricio Suleiman don't even like this motherfucker. He don't even like him. Because if he did like him, Mauricio Suleiman would have already sanctioned the Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight. He would have already sanctioned it. But they haven't. They haven't sanctioned it. You know what I'm saying? They haven't. They sure won't. And I ain't mad at him. Well, I am mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in the way of progress, and this is the fight that everybody want to see. Now, if Mauricio Suleiman, how come he's not out there stating that, you know, even Canelo, who he should be fighting, he ain't gonna do that. Because the only reason why DAZN is even out there and these guys is even talking about Canelo should fight Danny Jacobs is because who's Danny Jacobs with? Who's his promoter? Fat Dusty Miller and Dillian White should fight each other next after the Derek Chisora fight. They probably should. I mean, that'd be better than AJ versus White. It should be Miller, White, Ortiz. Miller, White, and Ortiz. Them the three dudes that's on the forefront of contenders fighting for a fucking belt. In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not saying Fury because Fury already gonna get his shot. Or already had his shot. Money talks, bullshit walks. That is how it's get a good ranking. Yes, you ain't lying. Yes, you ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. Because there's other fighters out there. There's other fighters out there that have been putting in work. Trying to put in work. You know what I'm saying? But at least Big Baby Miller fought Gerald Washington. At least he fought him. He went toe to toe with Gerald Washington. At least he did that. But other than that, what has he done? Oh, Juan Duhaupas. That's who he fought. Hey man, did y'all hear about Adonis Stevenson? They saying he's either paralyzed or has no feeling on one side. You know what I'm saying? That's bad, man. That's not good. And then I also read an article that the ref for that fight, he said that he's having trouble sleeping at night because of that fight. I don't know. It's because he thought he could. I just read the headline. I didn't read the whole damn thing. And I'm just speculating whether or not it's because. Give me 1 second. I'm speculating because it's either because maybe the ref could have done more. Maybe the ref saw some type of CTE protocol that he was supposed to follow while he was in the ring, i.e. following the fighter's eyes, inspecting the fighter's movements to check for brain injury. Hey, Lost Dawkins, I'm going to be right back. But Lost Dawkins said Robert Helenius, Dillian White, that fight was garbage. Yes, it was. It was horrible. It was horrible, and I thought Dillian White was going to go in there and knock this dude out cold and handle some business. Hold on, let me get this goddamn. My keyboard keeps cutting in and out for some odd reason, and the batteries are good to go. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this damn keyboard to act right. I'm gonna have to use the analog. I'm gonna have to start using that. Let's see. Trying to see something here. No, I ain't gonna show it. That ain't gonna show it. Let's see who. So on ESPN, right? On ESPN, boxing rankings division by division, right? They got boxing rankings by divisions on this hoe. And this was done by Dan Raphael. And I think the last time it was updated was December 18th at 2 p.m. by Dan Raphael. So the boxing rankings as of now, Dan Raphael has Anthony Joshua as number 1. He has Deontay Wilder as number 2. Then Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Dillian White, Alexander Povetkin, Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller is number 7th. Pulev 8th. Joseph Parker 9th. Brian Jennings 10th. So, how can you rank? How do you guys think that? Why do you guys? Why? How would you? How can I word this? Why should Anthony Joshua be ranked at number 1 above Deontay Wilder? Is it solely off of belts or who he fought? What do you guys think about that? Do you think that? How do you guys think that should be ranked? Off of who he fought or how many belts you have? You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's fair if you want to say it's based off of belts. Okay, I can dig that. But if you're gonna say it's based off of who he's fought, well then there's gonna need a little bit of explanation with that. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be a little bit of needs a little bit more detailed explanation on why Anthony Joshua will be ranked over Deontay Wilder because based off of who they fought. Because that's a debate. But anyways, it seems like Dan Raphael, he's been getting a little bit how would you say, he's starting to see the light. He's starting to see that Mr. Johnson, real shame, but Brother Stevenson, wish him all the best. Let me go get a drink real fast. I'm just going to grab it and come right back. I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, that so yeah, like I said, the ref you know, he said he's having trouble sleeping at night. Maybe because he was just a part of it and he probably feels that he could have done more, or you know, he could have stopped the fight before that or whatever. But my mom's, she had 2 brain bleeds last month. I had to go back home to San Diego, and she ended up having 2 strokes, and she was kind of in this, maybe in, I would assume it was probably in the same state as as Stevenson, because Stevenson, I would assume him blacking out and not knowing where he was and stuff like that was probably caused by, you know, bleeding of the brain, which is usually caused by head trauma or a passageway being blocked, your blood vessel in your brain being blocked, or, you know, having high blood pressure. And so basically, I think he ended up having 2. I think he had a stroke or 2, and that's the reason why he's probably paralyzed on one side. Because, you know, when you're doing an operation, what they do is either they cut you open, or they send a probe up to your brain through your groin to correct the brain bleed. And usually when they do that, that's when you have, you know, the stroke. Or when they wake you up is usually when they have the stroke. So, hey, what you mean, Los Dawkins? You think okay? So you think it should just be the belts? I'm not mad at you. Yes, I mean if you're gonna base it by that, that's fair. That's fair. It should be based by the belts. But at the same time, could a fighter be ranked number 1 in the heavyweight division as best heavyweights without having the belt? Just off of sheer talent, abilities, and the people who he beat. You know what I'm saying? Because Fury beat Klitschko, and AJ beat Klitschko. Biggest win that Deontay Wilder has is against Louis King Kong Ortiz. You know? So, I don't know. Maybe if my opinion is, I think if Deontay Wilder would have beat Fury, and if Klitschko would have happened to fought Wilder when he was supposed to, I think even though AJ would have 3 belts, but you would have to give that to Wilder. So you could kind of say that, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, Wilder, you know, can't make excuses, but you know, he should have put Fury out of there, and I think his team should have gave. They should have came out with them ducats for the Klitschko fight, just so they can make the fight, so Deontay Wilder can whoop him. But it didn't happen. So right now, what I'm drinking right now, and I'm drinking the Seagram's Escape Spiked Calypso Colade. It's a pineapple and coconut drink with 8% alcohol. And it's delicious. Y'all want a sip? Anyways, what y'all want to talk about next, man? Y'all want to talk about who do y'all think AJ is going to fight next? You know what I'm saying? Who's Tevin Farmer going to fight next? Let's see who. What's Rocky Fielding career is gonna be like now. You know, what y'all want to talk about? Cause I don't know, the Rocky Fielding. So I don't think he's gonna retire. I don't think he should retire. I think there's some things that he should work on. And the way boxing is right now, you know, even if he was just doing it for the money, he would make some money. He just wouldn't make as much money as he could have if he would have actually competed in that fight with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? I think that even if he would have lost, yeah, my mom, she's doing better. She finally eating solids. This was last month. This was like, whew, this is like on the 5th or something like that. And now she's learning how to walk again, because sitting in the bed that long, you know, you lose muscle. She didn't eat for about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. She was on the basically like what we call out here Ensure, but you know, the liquid diet, with the tube down her nose. They finally took the tube out her nose, put the thing in her belly. Then they end up taking the thing out of her belly, and now she can eat solids, but she can't really eat that much. She should be coming home this week, but it has to be like she'll be going back home to my auntie's house because of she can't she got to be supervised. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So Tevin Farmer, Tevin. I think Tevin Farmer need to go on and they need to make it happen. I don't know how they're gonna make it happen. They need to make it happen, whether or not it's on DAZN or Showtime, but they need to make the Tevin Farmer versus Tank Davis. They need to happen. It needs to happen. I mean, if Tevin Farmer want to go out here and talk shit talk about some money, talk about how the Zone and Matchroom Boxing is treating him. We you know, and how he got it going on because he's finally, you know, he's finally gotten some money, you know, which is probably not it's more than what I get, but as far as being a boxer and being the caliber boxer that he is, you know, he should be lucky of getting that money. You know what I'm saying? He should be lucky that he went to the Zone and the Zone got him something. You know what I'm saying? Because without the Zone, Matchroom Boxing, the dude would be nothing. You know what I'm saying? He'll be getting outshadowed by everybody in this fucking division. You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, if he come up in there acting all feather-fisted against Tank Davis is going to get his ass out of there. Laws Dawkins said, yeah, I think Wilder should be #1 because he beat Luis Ortiz and then he got a draw with Tyson. He had back-to-back fights with 2 of the top 4 heavyweights. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But the thing about it is, you notice how the narrative now has switched. It switched from who has Deontay Wilder fought to how many belts AJ got and who he fought, and how he got 3 belts and 20-something fights or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You see how that finally they switched the script on that, because the script they can't say nobody can say now that Deontay Wilder is a fluke job. It's a one hand fluke job, really. They can't really say that. You know what I'm saying? Because then they know they be pushing some shit. You know, because they can say whatever they want to, but Tyson Fury was getting hit. He was getting hit in the body a couple of times. He was getting a couple of jabs to the face. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury wasn't walking around in that ring just doing whatever he could to Deontay Wilder. And not only that, was Deontay Wilder took his punches. You know what I'm saying? So people can, you know, they can't say that no more. What you think about that, Laws Dawkins? They're not even talking about it anymore. Because like I said, they flipped it to talking about what has AJ done lately. You know? That's what they did. And you know, I don't blame him for doing that. If anything, what you should be talking about is what you have done. Not what the other side has done, what you have done. You know what I'm saying? Because what you do in the ring is what's going to correlate to you being somebody in the future. Because right now, what's Anthony Joshua's future hold for him now? Not much if you don't fight Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury. Not much. Not much. And even they banking on that about time they fight Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, they'll be old. They said, yeah, when them two is gone, I'll still be here. What kind of shit is that? The only reason why he said shit like that is because they already been planning their shit out. Anthony Joshua has said numerous times that I like to have my shit planned out. I like to have my career planned out to where once I'm done, and I will have a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of like I've been saying, man. It's like they've been trying to they're doing the Floyd Mayweather mathematical equation. You know, and it's showing. And it's showing over and over again. What Mayweather do? Mayweather talks about his belts. Mayweather talks about how much money he got. Me. What they got. Over and over again. You know, that's nice. That's nice you got 3 belts. That's nice you got 4 belts. Yeah, that's real cool. That's real cool. But how about you get in there and fight Pacquiao? Oh, nah, Pacquiao, he got to submit to this blood test and blah, blah, woody, woo. You know, his highest payday is this. You know, blah, blah, woody, woo. But you're gonna get $300 million for this fight. How about you just slide this dude something? Nah, you know, his you know, just slide it to him. It was kind of, that was both sides, you know, playing PD Pat, but ultimately one side could have said yes, just like the Deontay Wilder and AJ. But the thing about it is that you want somebody to negotiate with you and play nice with you, like Eddie Hearn's been saying. And Eddie Hearn has even said that he talked too much a little bit. Eddie Hearn said that I should have been quiet a little bit. I shouldn't have said certain things I said. You know, then maybe if that wasn't the case, then maybe we can have better rapport, and then we can, you know, get something going. But you want this guy to negotiate with you guys on the strength of that, you coming all the way to New York, or you're going all the way to LA or wherever, to the States, to talk to somebody about fighting, but you're talking shit the whole way. That's like me talking shit. That's like me be talking shit about Fanon boxing and stuff like that. It's like, oh, he's not a real lawyer and all this stuff, and then going on his channel and begging for a wrench. Tevin Farmer versus Tank Davis. Who you got on that? Man, I got Tank. Because even look at the fight with Tevin Farmer. After the fight, Tevin Farmer's over there rubbing his knuckles, like rubbing his knuckle like something wrong with it. You ain't putting that work with that knuckle, boy. You ain't putting no work with that knuckle. You ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a lesbian porno. That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. It didn't sound like somebody. It sounded like motherfucker. It sounded like some motherfucker was tongue lashing that motherfucker in there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying Tevin Farmer is like a horrible boxer or anything like that. I'm not saying that Tank Davis would get in there and just completely outwork him and not get hit and stuff like that. But I think Tank Davis does good with the body, and I think he does good up top. And I wish that Deontay Wilder would do some of that. Would fold some of these dudes on the bottom, get them nice and tired, and knock them smooth the fuck out. That's what I wish sometimes Deontay Wilder should do. But it's easier said than done. Yeah. It's easier said than done. I'm a fan of boxing. You know, I have put on boxing gloves, but I never got no ring and boxed anybody. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I know how to throw a jab, I know how to throw body shots and everything like that. But I'm not all into the, I don't, as far as me seeing how to have some footwork in the ring, but getting these two legs to do it is a whole nother ball game. You know what I'm saying? I can say, oh, I've been studying Ali. I'm gonna get in this ring. I'm gonna fight just like him. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. I get my ass whooped. But now, I would say this: I would have did a better job than Rocky Fielding. I would have got my ass whooped, but I would have did a better job than him. I would have been like, motherfucker, you got to use his jab. Motherfucker, you have to move. Motherfucker, you're tall. He's gonna come in the inside, and he's gonna hit you right in the back of them fucking ribs every single fucking time. So you got to do something to keep this dude the fuck up off you. So it's either you run around the ring, you jab, or you hit him in the body back. He hit you in the body, you hit him back. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the number one thing I think in boxing, and boxing really is that like when you playing football or you playing rugby or whatever, the ultimate I want to say aggression, the ultimate thing that you can get, that you should have in these sports with boxing, UFC, football, and rugby, the first thing is power. Because what come to power comes the intimidation and fucking respect. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. That's the first thing you're gonna feel in football is power. Is power. Then with the power, it comes with the fucking technique. You know what I'm saying? Because once you learn technique, and learn the plays and learn how to play the game with your mind, the power is going to do nothing but help. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to put you, that's what's going to put you over the top. That's why in the NFL, you see some of these small wide receivers and stuff like that don't even look like they play wide receiver or is able to play the game at that caliber. It's just because it's not the power, because they lack that. It's the mind. They know how to play. You see what I'm saying? Yes, Laws Dawkins said, yes, I agree, my brother. Say Tyson Fury can't punch. He's 19 KOs out of 27 fights. That man can punch, and Wilder took them on the chin, no problem, bro. Yeah, he did. And the thing about it is that got me the most was a lot of the punches Tyson Fury threw and hit him with. When you even look at the slow-mo, Deontay Wilder's facial expression didn't even change. It didn't change. The motherfucker hit him, and Deontay Wilder's eyes was glued on him. He didn't flinch. He looked dead at him like, all right, keep on coming. I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's some scary shit. You hit a motherfucker and he don't even flinch or nothing like that. And it's but I don't know. But who has Fury knocked out cold? Like cold. Like, let me look. Let's go to the spreadsheet. Let's go to the spread. I don't think he has. He got a lot of TKOs. Let's see which ones that say KO. Nah, they all KO. They all TKOs. Oh, he got one KO versus Matthew Ellis. Matthew Ellis, he knocked him out. Marcelo Nascimento, he knocked him out. He knocked out Steve Cunningham. Yeah, that was a knockout. Yeah, Steve Cunningham. You see how he knocked out Steve Cunningham, though? Tyson Fury had to put his whole fucking elbow down Steve Cunningham's throat to knock him out. He had to use his elbows. And the ref didn't even, see, and that's another thing that I don't understand. You know, that's another thing I don't understand about some of these, how they allow some fighters to use their elbows, right, and to hug and stuff like that, and they don't allow other fighters to do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though the Steve Cunningham fight wasn't, even though the Steve Cunningham fight was in Madison Square Garden in New York, but in the UK, it seems like, no. When they have those UK refs in the ring, ain't none of that. Oh, you want a hug? Nah, this ain't no, get off him. But he used his elbows in that fight. Tyson Fury after Steve Cunningham, because remember, Tyson Fury was walking down the ring, he was dancing and shit, joking and stuff like that. And when Steve Cunningham laid that fucking hammer on him, he put some act right on, and he wasn't doing that shit no more. He was dead ass. And when Steve Cunningham got tired, and that's when Tyson Fury started bullying him around the ring, grabbing on him, pushing on him, putting all his weight on him. And then Tyson Fury damn near stuck his elbow down his throat and pinned his arms down and just knocked him smooth the fuck out. That was a knockout. I give Tyson Fury that one, because I remember watching it live, and I watched a highlight of that thing a couple of times. The highlights come up on YouTube. You just be like, yeah, let me look at that knockout. But check this out, fun fact. Tyson Fury didn't knock out Christian Hammer. He didn't knock him out. So that was Tyson Fury's second. So Deontay Wilder was the second fight for Tyson Fury in United States. Wow. But Tyson Fury has fought in Canada as well. Well, Quebec City. Ain't that Canada? Yeah, that's Canada. In Canada as well. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Esprit Arena. I don't know, but he fought out. At least he fought outside the fucking UK. That's what I'm going. That's what I'm alluding at. At least Tyson Fury has fought outside the UK, unlike Anthony fucking Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Unlike Anthony fucking Joshua. So, you know, people can say whatever they want to about this dude, but Tyson Fury went all the way to Russia to fight Klitschko. And Tyson Fury went to the United States twice. And he went to Canada. Anthony Joshua ain't went nowhere. I would say Dublin is outside of the UK. I'm saying outside the United States. I'm talking about outside the UK. That's what I meant with Tyson Fury. I would say Dublin is I'm not gonna call that because I believe Dublin ain't Dublin still on the island. Ain't it still on the island? Yeah, it's still on the island. So it's yeah, it's still on the island. I look at Google Maps real quick. It's still on the island. So I'm not even gonna. Is it? Hold on. Let me zoom out and make sure this is the UK. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's still there. Oh, it's on another island. Oh, okay. Hey, Lost Dockland. So Lost Dockland. Oh, so it was in Ireland. Okay, I'm tripping. So Ireland and UK totally different. Yeah. So or is it South Ireland? Is I don't know, man. But anyways, yeah, he went all the way to Dublin to fight him. So yes, we're gonna say that. So Tyson Fury, fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times outside of the UK. Unlike his counterpart. So, well, I don't know if we want to call. Yeah, Montbrink, Ireland. He did. I had to check it out, man, because, I'm not, my geography ain't that good, man. Especially, I'm not, it's a whole nother country, so, I had to go look it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what my dumb ass was thinking that Ireland, United Kingdom. Don't go beat me up now, because don't go beat me up. I know how some people is about they patriotism and all that stuff with their country. Don't go start cussing me out because I thought Ireland was part of the UK now. Don't hurt me, But yeah, so okay, so it says Tyson Fury is so I guess they give him a month. Yeah, they give him like a month. Nah, that's not a month. Yeah, that's more than a month. So I guess the California Athletic Commission, they will suspend you for a month automatically after a fight. So, or is that because he got knocked down? I don't know. But BoxRec says that Tyson Fury is suspended until January 14th. But that's odd. Deontay Wilder doesn't say he's suspended for a month. Huh. Maybe it's those 2 knockdowns. Huh. You know what? I want to know Tyson Fury's HIPAA. I want to know exactly. I want to know, did he go get checked out after that? Did he have to go to the hospital the day after, a couple days after that fight? After that knockdown. You know what I'm saying? Cuz even he admitted that he was out. The ref saw his eyes was closed too. So, and the ref said he looked down, he saw Tyson Fury like he was grimacing in pain, he was moaning and shit. So the ref knew he was. So that's another thing. The ref said that he looked down at Tyson Fury and he was moaning and grimacing in pain. And he still let the fight go on. So what if Tyson Fury would have got up, got hurt, and ended up like Adonis Stevenson? Because that's all it would have took was one more hit. One more knockdown like that. And it would have been night-night. And he would have been looking like Spilka in the neck brace getting, that's a big dude too. So it probably would have took like 4 or 5 dudes to carry this dude out on the stretcher. And they don't got stretchers his size. His legs would have been dangling out the end. No, they don't. And backboards ain't that big. I'm sorry, the spine boards aren't that big. I don't think they go all the way to I think they go all the way to like maybe 6'4", maybe 6'3", 6'4". And then actually I think I'm borderline. The spine board we had, I think I was damn near, I think my legs was dangling off that hoe. It was something I had to do for work. We had to make sure that a motherfucker can walk up some slippery steps with a body. That's all. But anyways, what you guys want to talk about, man, when it comes to boxing, man? Y'all want to talk about this? Let's see here. What should we talk about? Main forum schedules. Look at the schedule here. So, what about the Carl Frampton fight and the Josh Warrington? What y'all think about that? I wonder how those ticket sales are doing. I wonder if, I wonder how those ticket sales are doing. I wonder if they're selling pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Isn't Carl Frampton the one that has some pretty good, decent gate, not pay-per-view numbers, but how's the gate doing? The ticket sales. The gate ticket sales. Because I know Carl Frampton, he actually did pretty good numbers one time, a couple blue moons ago. He actually did pretty good. I mean, you know, he did all right. You know what I'm saying? So who do you think gonna win that one? Carl Frampton or Warrington? Who y'all got? My money's on. I'm gonna go with Frampton. I'm gonna go with him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really watch featherweights. But you know, I'm gonna go with the old Carl Frampton, man. You know, I'm gonna go with him. What y'all think? Who y'all got on that one? I think Carl Frampton got what it takes. Yeah, I think he got what it takes. And then, what do y'all think about this? Nah, I ain't even gonna talk about Floyd Mayweather and that thing. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm not even gonna go there, because I think that's actually, to tell you the truth, I lived in Japan, right? Lived in Japan for like 3 years, right? And I'm gonna tell you this one thing. They all are. I went to a couple baseball games. I went to the Yokohama, I think it's called the Yokohama Bay Stars. I went to their games, and that shit is off the fucking chain. You could bring in your own drinks. They poured in a cup though, but you could walk in with a drink off the street. They poured another cup and stuff like that. It was a very good game. They have good camaraderie. Got to worry about fights. They got their own little band in the back with the drums, and you chant chant the little. I don't know Japanese like that, but it was funny though, because when I went there, everybody thought I was famous. They want to take pictures with me and shit. I'm like, I ain't famous. Lance Dogman says, that's gypsies for you. They would travel anywhere to fight somebody. That's what I like, Tyson Fury. Yeah. I mean, and it seemed like he ain't got no problem. He don't have no problem with going somewhere. And even Deontay Waters did it when he went to UK, met, and some other group of people, and that he calls family and that he talks to out there. And Tyson Fury probably came out here and did the same thing, But look at AJ. He walking around and stuff like that, like, like nobody want to keep him here. And the only reason why I think that Anthony Joshua came to the States is because of his obligations. First of all, because Eddie Hearn told his ass to come. And second of all, probably made one of his endorsements. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody said he was north of California, I believe, for the Deontay Wilder fight, even though he said he'd be in the UK or whatever. I don't know how true that is. But I'm just saying what the word is on the street. I don't know how true that is. I'm not going to say that the dude was on some I ain't gonna stick my neck out there to say that, but yeah, so that's another thing. But let's talk about the subject. All roads leads to Wilder. What do y'all think about that? Did y'all think that's true? I mean, all roads leads to Wilder in the sense that everybody wants to fight him. Everybody wants to fight him. Everybody, and he got one belt. And then Joshua got 3. Fury wanted to fight Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Fury didn't want to fight AJ because I don't know why Fury didn't want to fight AJ. You know, really. But I can say that maybe he thought I was gonna be some bullshit involved. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like Frank Warren hasn't had any encounters with Eddie Hearn, and it's not like Tyson Fury hasn't had run-ins with Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, what do y'all think about that? All roads leads to Wilder. Can you stand the test of time in the ring against that right hand? Can you get in that ring with Wilder, being the best stylistic fighter around, being the best technical fighter around, and stand the time, the rounds from that right hand? You know what I'm saying? Because Tyson Fury showed us that right hand is gonna land. No, but it's just a matter of time when it's gonna land. Fortunately for Tyson Fury, the last one was a little bit too late. That should have happened, you know, around the 10th round. He should have been laid out like that. You know what I'm saying? The 10th round, you know. But the reason why I say all roads leads to Wilder really is because I think that, you know, if Fury and AJ before the fight, before they even before Deontay Wilder even got a fight with Tyson Fury, the reason why I say that is because everybody was talking about Deontay Wilder. Everybody was talking about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder this, Deontay Wilder that. Blasey blah, whoop whoop whoop. Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder. Why? Because he's going to knock somebody out. People know the power is real. People know that in order for you to get into the United States market, you have to go through Deontay Wilder. You have to go through Deontay Wilder to tap into this American wealth over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit over here and boast and say that we got it going on when it comes to heavyweight boxing or boxing in general and stuff like that. But somebody out there believes that there's a lot of untapped wealth that hasn't been tapped into in a very long time, and besides Mayweather, when it comes to boxing. Somebody believes that. And it's evident that Matchroom Boxing and DAZN has set up shop in the United States. Even though they have a very meager establishment over there in the little corner office in New York somewhere. But they still here. In order for you, well, it's not even all roads leads to Wilder. That's just saying in the heavyweight aspect of it all. But in the welterweight, the middleweight, and all that stuff too, those all in order for somebody over in the UK to become a pay-per-view star or a star in America, you're gonna have to go through these Americans. You're gonna have to go and you're gonna have to go through these Mexicans too. You know what I'm saying? People would say, oh, well, Mexico and the United States, two different countries. Yes, but there's a lot of Mexicans that's from Mexico that lives in the United States. And there's a lot of people with a Mexican background, heritage, that live in the United States. So you would have to go through these American fighters to get the fame, to get the pay-per-view numbers, to get the DAZN numbers. And Tevin Farmer ain't gonna get you there. Tevin Farmer is not gonna get you there. You know what I'm saying? The Charlo brothers gonna get you there. Crawford is gonna get you there. Spence is gonna get you there. You know? Maybe Danny Jacobs. Maybe. Big Baby Miller ain't gonna get you there. Gervonta Davis will get you there. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on and on. It goes on and on. You went if you want to come. If you want to come to United States and you want to make it big, you're gonna have to go through these cats. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to it's Tank Davis. Come on, you gonna have to go through him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know Mikey Garcia too. You're gonna have to go through him too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go through these cats. You're gonna Maurice Hooker. You're gonna have to go through these cats. Sean Porter. You're gonna have to go through these cats. Keith Thurman, Errol Spence Crawford, Hurd. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through these cats. You can't just come up over here and then think and then get all fighters. Look, how the fuck are you gonna come over here with the zone? Right? You're gonna come over here with the zone. And you're gonna get Tevin Farmer. You're gonna get Tevin fucking Farmer. You got all these other fighters out here, but they don't even want to fuck with you because they're gonna make their money eventually. They just don't want to make it with you because they know that there's gonna be some pain that they're gonna have to endure with you. But Tevin Farmer, he's gonna get beat. He better not get in that ring and fight Gervonta Davis. He better not. He better stay far as away from that little motherfucker as possible. Because when he gets in that ring with Gervonta Davis, like I said before, it ain't gonna be like, oh, 1-2 in and out. You know what I'm saying? But when he gets in that ring with Gervonta Davis, he's gonna lose. Tevin Farmer is gonna lose. Gervonta Davis will end up with 2 belts or whatever. And guess what? That's another black eye to the zone. And they got too many black eyes. The motherfuckers can't see. And their numbers, you know what I'm saying? He better not. What I think that the zone should do, what I think they should do is, at least if you're going to cherry pick, at least make it seem like, at least make it look like it's a good fight in the ring. So you got to find somebody. You know what I'm saying? For somebody like Tevin Farmer to fight. You can't be going out there and finding, of course, yeah, you could do the whole tailor-made thing. But it at least has to be, it has to look like it's a, like how so many people in the UK would say, it has to look like a proper scrap. You know what I'm saying? It has to look like a proper scrap. It can't be looking one-sided. It can't be looking, you know, too bad. You know, it has to look entertaining. So if you want the zone to flourish in America, Tevin Farmer and all them other DAZN cats, ain't Danny Jacobs with DAZN or whatever Matchroom. Anyways, you got to give these cats some. You got to give the fans some type of entertainment. You can't just be getting in the ring, fighting somebody, and throwing pillows all day. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say for instance this. Tevin Farmer gets in the ring with somebody, and it's a back and forth fight all night long. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's looking close. It's looking close. And he knocks somebody out. That's better. That's better than what we saw. That's better than what we saw before. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Jane. That's better than before. I'm not talking about no TKO like he got, man. That was weak. I'm talking about knock him out cold. I'm talking about knocking somebody out fucking cold. I'm talking about sleeping, snoring. I'm talking about highlight reel, knockout. That's what the motherfucker need. You don't need to be getting in this motherfucking ring with some bullshit. You know, talking about out fucking cold. Not how he knocked out James Tennessee. I'm talking about like I'm talking about like that, like a motherfucker got snoring like he got sleep apnea or something, like he damn near choking on his tongue. Sleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and on that note, get up off here.